This video will describe the difference between primary and secondary sources, as well as provide an example of a primary journal article and a secondary journal article. Primary sources are original documents, or rather they are not about another document or resource. Primary sources present original thinking, report a discovery, or share new information, like the results of research. Examples of primary sources include diaries, letters, speeches, photographs, interviews, and articles that report the results of original research that has been published in a journal. Secondary sources describe, discuss, interpret, analyze, evaluate, or summarize primary sources. Secondary sources do not provide evidence, but rather provide commentary and discussion of evidence found in primary sources. Examples of secondary sources include books or textbooks, magazine articles, or journal articles that evaluate someone else's original research, like a literature review. Let's take a look at a couple examples. Here's an article about mandatory overtime for nurses. From this page, I can see that the article was published in the journal Nursing Economics and that the journal is peer-reviewed. I can also see the publication type is journal article that includes tables and charts, which is a good indicator that original research was completed. To ensure that the article is a primary source, I'm going to open up the full text article so that I can confirm that the article reports the finding of original research. As I scroll through the article, I should find headings in the paper that indicate that original research was completed, such as sample or method, results, and a conclusion. After doing a quick evaluation of the article, we can determine that this is a primary source. Here is another example of my topic of mandatory overtime for nurses. From this page, I can see that the article was published in the American Journal of Nursing. Unlike the other page, however, I can't tell from this page if that journal is peer-reviewed. A quick Google search of the journal title shows AJN is a peer-reviewed, evidence-based journal. However, our first indicator that this article may not be a primary source is the publication type, which says in the news instead of journal article. We'll want to view the full text of the article to further evaluate whether this article is a primary or secondary source. A quick scroll through the article shows that we do not have sections in the article that describes the method or results of original research. As we begin to read the article, we find out right away that the article is describing a study done by a team of researchers. This article is a secondary source because it is describing the results of someone else's research. If we scroll to the bottom of the article, we can see that the article does give us the information we need to track down the primary source. For help on this topic and more, check out our Answers database where you can search our frequently asked questions or chat with a Rasmussen librarian.